some of the conflicts that we have been advised of, the things that we've learned about the campaign, or I should say the investigation, the Mueller investigation, and the entire DOJ, FBI, intelligence community, deep state operation to run this silent coup on Trump based on this bogus allegation that he stole the election working with the Russians. In this list of people, we've got James Comey. We've got Andrew McCabe. We have James Clapper, Director of National Intelligence for Obama. We got John Brennan, the CIA for Obama, who I think is the guy that ran this whole show, by the way, but that's a little bit of an aside. We have Loretta Lynch and her meeting on the tarmac in Phoenix with Bill Clinton. Now, we were told it was just a coincidence. Yes, old Loretta arrived. She's going to do something out there. And lo and behold, Bill Clinton's taxiing in. And air traffic control told Clinton's crew that Loretta was on the ground at the FBO. So Bill said, hey, well, whatever, we're using that FBO. Head on over. I need to talk to Loretta. And Loretta got off my plane. We talked about golf and grandkids and all. It was a wonderful time. Right in the middle of the Hillary Clinton email investigation, none other than James Comey has said that Loretta Lynch doing this threw a monkey in the wrench and she should have recused herself and so forth, a little self-serving. We know of Andrew Weissman, one of Mueller's lead investigators, Bruce and Nellie Orr. Bruce Orr, the FBI, Nellie Orr, wife working at Fusion GPS. Samantha Power, UN ambassador for Obama in the closing days of his administration. Let's go through some of the conflict. Imagine this, folks. Ben Rhodes and David Rhodes, brothers. One of them runs CBS News, and one of them is working to advance Obama's Iran deal and other foreign policy things. As Victor Davis Hanson writes, imagine what if both ABC News and CBS News were now running mostly favorable news accounts about Trump's administration rather than the 90% negative coverage. And imagine that one of Donald Trump's chief advisors and deputy national security advisor was the brother of the current CBS News president, while the sister of the ABC News president was another one of Trump's top national security energy advisors. Imagine what the media would be doing that. If the media is splitting a cow, having a gasket over Hannity, having some sort of attorney-client relationship with Cohen, can you imagine what they would think? If somebody running CBS News favorably covering Trump had a brother working in Trump's foreign policy, can you imagine the gasket they would blow? And yet that's exactly what happened during the Obama administration. What would the media say of such apparent incestuousness that involved 2/3 of the network's nightly newscasts? If ABC and CBS were both favorably disposed toward Trump and both had family members or spouses both working in the news network and the Trump administration, what would the drive-by say about it? They'd be blowing a gasket. But it's exactly what happened during the Obama administration, and nobody said a word. Andrew McCabe. For much of 2016, we were not told that Andrew McCabe, the chief investigator of the Clinton email scandal, was the spouse of a political candidate who had received nearly $700,000 from Clinton-related campaign funding committees, Terry McAuliffe. McCabe's wife running for Senate. Yes, we found out, but we didn't know for much of this time. And when we found out, the drive-by said, it doesn't matter. Are you kidding me? You telling me that McCabe's wife can't have an independent run for the Senate? You telling me that McCabe can't do his job even though his wife is taking money from the Clinton machine? Yeah, that's exactly what we're telling you. They didn't think it was any big conflict. McCabe's wife, who wants to be elected to the Senate, is taking money from the Clinton machine to get elected, $700,000, while he is investigating the head of the Clinton machine. Want to talk about a conflict? And why weren't we told about Peter Strzok and Lisa Page when they were demoted and left the investigation team? Why did it take the Inspector General doing a report on these two to tell us months later what all they had been doing? Greasing the skids against Trump in the Russian collusion. Get this. You want to know how deep this stuff is. Paul Manafort, who was the first campaign chairman for Trump, Trump's daughter Ivanka, and her husband Jared Kushner have been represented by attorneys from the law firm Wilmer Hale. So Manafort, Ivanka, and Jared Kushner, represented by the legal firm Wilmer Hale. That just happens to be Mueller's old firm. It happens to be the firm that supplied a number of investigators and lawyers to the Mueller team. 7 of Mueller's team were known to have contributed money to the Democrat Party and or Hillary Clinton. Andrew Weissman, you've heard the name by now, another partner at Wilmer Hale, the law firm where Mueller worked, had emailed applause to Sally Yates, an Obama DOJ holdover, when she tried to block Trump's first immigration moratorium. Weissman, on Mueller's investigative team, sends her a congratulatory email. And like most of the others on Mueller's team, Andrew Weissman, a donor to Democrat causes and admitted partisan for Hillary Clinton, Sally Yates, who received the congratulatory email from Weissman after blocking Trump's entirely constitutional immigration moratorium, Sally Yates co-signed one of the FISA court requests to surveil Trump campaign associates on the basis of this fake dossier, and she did not disclose to the court the full provenance of the dossier, like Comey didn't. And like whoever else was involved in getting that FISA warrant, nobody told them that Hillary Clinton wrote the dossier. And yes, I mean, Hillary Clinton wrote it. She paid for it. It was written for her. They hired Christopher Steele. She wrote it. It was her campaign document. It was opposition research. And these clowns all did not tell the FISA court or judge that it was not legitimate intel, but rather it was political opposition research. Another Obama holdover, Associate Deputy Attorney General Bruce Orr, OHR, met with the people that run Fusion GPS on the dossier. He met with people working on putting together the dossier. Bruce Orr did not disclose this to his superiors at the DOJ. His wife, Nellie, a Russian expert, had been hired by Fusion GPS to help find damaging information about Trump. And Bruce Orr deliberately, probably unlawfully, hid that fact on a federal disclosure form. As Mr. Hansen asked, who thought up this trick? You want to talk about collusion? You don't even get close to it when talking about Sean Hannity. You don't even know, you don't even get to the definition of collusion once you find out what's been going on the Mueller investigative. Here's another one. A Washington, D.C. couple, Shaleg Murray and Neil King Jr., they were involved respectively in the Obama administration and the Fusion GPS opposition research firm. Shaleg Murray was an Obama administration policy advisor who had been a chief of staff and communications director for Biden. She's married to Neil King Jr., who, like the wife of Bruce Orr, worked for Fusion GPS. How in the hell could you have so many Obama appointees, the FBI and the DOJ, married to people working at Fusion GPS, which was involved in creating the phony Trump dossier? You want to talk collusion? You want to talk incestuous revolving doors inside Washington, where these people look out for each other, protect each other, and then join each other in targeting enemies of the state who do nothing more than have political disagreements with them. I must take a break, but I'm not quite through here, folks. Let's just keep going here, folks. In the world of Washington legal and political circles, there's an investigator for Mueller named Aaron Zebley. He was Mueller's chief of staff while Mueller was FBI director, and he was yet another former partner at WilmerHale. Again, that firm provides the lawyers that represent Manafort and Jared and Ivanka Trump. Now, this guy, Aaron Zebley, wait till you hear this. From Mueller's old firm, and now Mueller's former chief of staff, when he was FBI director, Aaron Zebley recently represented Justin Cooper. Does that name ring a bell? Probably not, so let me tell you who it is. Justin Cooper testified he was the one who set up Hillary Clinton's private server. It was Justin Cooper who used a hammer to destroy some of her iPhones and iPads, which left the FBI unable to get them during its investigation. Clinton's email server, the one that was clintonemail.com, was registered to Justin Cooper himself while Hillary was Secretary of State. As Mr. Hansen asks how much collusion was necessary to coordinate destroying 30,000 emails, smashing hard drives, and finding the proper Washington lawyer to ensure that the FBI never charged the perps with a federal crime. Come on, this is just incredible. Aaron Zebley, chief of staff to Mueller while he was FBI director. Another former partner at WilmerHale, recently represented Justin Cooper, who set up Hillary Clinton's private email server. The fix was in to protect her, all the way up to and including people with right-hand relationships with Robert Mueller, who is investigating not Hillary Clinton and not her collusion and not Fusion GPS. Nope, Mueller is investigating Trump and not finding anything, apparently. So moving on to any nebulous area he can. All the while, none of these conflicts are even raised or mentioned or explained, much less called to our attention and criticized by the guardians of our liberty and freedom, the drive-by media. There is one more name here, actually many more, but the name Jeannie Rhee, an alumnus of the law firm for Robert Mueller, WilmerHale, donor to the Clinton campaign. Mueller attorney represented somebody deeply involved in the Clinton scandal. She's got ties to Ben Rhodes. Anyway, wait till you hear what she was into. We got to take a break here at the top of the hour, though. We'll be back and get right back to it.